Shalom, all praise to the Most High, Yehoshua. This is sounds from YYBY. All right, so what I want to show you all is my template inside of Bitwig. I think I did a video a while back doing this. I don't know, but now I'm gonna show y'all, how I got set up and everything right now. Right now I got 24 tracks, as you can see. I got the beat, 24 tracks. Sometimes I use more, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I use less based on the artist. All right, on the beat track, if they coming in with an instrumental, I got a chain. I got a tool, so I can do the width. I can bring the level down to that beat if the beat too loud. I have an EQ5 if I need to cut a certain area in the EQ. And also I have an EQ plus because the EQ plus is a little different. If I still want to, use it in a different perspective, because they both use in a different way. If you really play with them, then you can just also make it bigger if you really need to see, what you're dealing with. So if you got a wheel on your mouse, you can kind of wheel it up and kind of cut that certain area, where the vocals is at, when you're recording, this is only on the beat. It's only an instrumental, right? So now I also got an auto key. This is by Untitled. And I play the beat. I get the key of the notes of the beat. So just in case the artist need to use the auto tune or something like that, then I can get the notes from that. This picks up pretty good. It picks up pretty good. The auto key picks up pretty good. The notes and everything of the beat. So I got the auto tune. Once I get the notes of the auto tune, I go right here in the comment. I say C minor. Now I got the notes of the beat. So that's a note that I put in for the beat. So I'm straight. I'm Gucci. Turn that off because I don't need it no more, or I can disable it, whatever. All right, so that's my chain. I also save this as a preset. Now number one, the track one, I only have this on track one because sometimes artists come in, they want the auto tune. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So what I did, I created something called the Tune Brothers. Bear with me. The Tune Brothers. What I did in the effect select, I grabbed the effect selector. And I got all three Untitled auto tunes. I got the Access, which is this one right here. That's a light version, right? I got the FX, which is really one of my favorite ones, which is a light version. I mean, well, not a light version, but it's middle. And I got the Pro right here, if I want to do certain things and get certain notes and I want to auto tune. So what I can do, if they all have their own different approach when it comes to the vocals, right? And everybody don't always want that auto tune effect. So if they don't want the auto tune effect, then there's certain ones you want to use. But if I don't want to use this one, I can just click right here and just go straight to the next one. And if I don't like that one, I can just go straight to the next one. I can record on track one, on the first recording tape, the vocal right here. If I record a vocal, I could select this one. If I don't like that one, I can record it over it, then I can select this one. So it gives me an option. So which one I select, that's the one I use instead of me dropping it in, and then taking one out that I don't want to use, stuff like that. You don't got to do all that. So the selector give you an option to switch between whatever you have right here and use whatever. And then if I want to use it on track two, I could just get it, I could just right click. I could just copy you know, or I can hold, well, I think shift control, if I'm correct. Yeah, control. So I can hold control and just drag it to the next track if they need it on the next track. Just as simple. If I don't need it, when I first open up my session, this is turned off. So it's not usable because sometimes, again, some artists don't want the auto tune. You know, right now, also on my track, if you go right here and press X, called show deactivate tracks, press X. I got something called frozen tracks. So whatever track I use that I freeze up, or if it's a track that say, you know, the boy say, hey, or the lady say, hey, you know what? I like those vocals. Save that. We'll go back to that. And I want to try it again. So I get that track and I right click, you know, and all I got to do is just drag it up here to the top. Boom. And then inside the frozen tracks, inside the frozen tracks, if I open up here, it's already right there frozen. And if I want to get this out the way, I just press X, move it out the way. Just that simple. So that's how you can hide your tracks. Simple. You can hide tracks. Same way I got it in my beat making template. All right, so let's keep going. So when you go to, if you go to the mixer, right? I have reverb, delay 1, delay 2, vocoder, chorus plus. I'm about to have more on here because of the new update of version 4.3. So I'm about to have a new update on that joint. All right, so what I have, let me open up the, all right, okay, check this out. So right now, like I was saying, I got reverb, I got a delay, I got a delay 2, I got a vocoder, I got a chorus. So I got the reverb already turned on each track. I got the reverb already turned on each track, right? I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway, because right now I'm playing with the beta and everything. So I got the reverb turned on each track, so they can get a little taste of, you know, they can feel the vibe and the energy when they're recording their vocals. If I want to add anything extra, I could just turn these up on that track if I want to, and give it a different vibe. You know, so these like basic little things I could send to it. But right here on the input, the reason why I call this input, because when you open it up, I got a gate, I have a dynamic, I have an EQ5, I have a compressor, I have a peak limiter, right? And I have them tweak a certain way. I have a compressor tweak and I have light compression. If I need to use the EQ, I use it. If I need to use the dynamic, I use it, but I have the gate. What is this for? If you notice that each one of these tracks is set in mono in, how it's supposed to be. But if you look right here, it say input. So when I turn on one of these tracks to record vocals, whatever's on this input, what you see right here, will affect this track. So even if I record before or after, right here will still affect those tracks. Every one of these tracks. So even if I record something, I say, you know what? Let me go back and turn this down some. It will affect everything that I recorded. So it's kind of like you recording through an input. It's real time, but it's not embedded in the audio file. So you can always go change it back. So even the gate is still controlling. You know, the gate is cleaning up the vocals and the noisy areas in the vocals. And so that when it's time for me to mix, this gate will still affect all my audio tracks. It will still affect all these audio tracks, and that comes to handy. And my limiter, what it does, it kind of trim, you know, just a tad bit of the edges of those vocals. But I have light compression on it to kind of make all the vocals boost out during the recording session. Because if I turn this off and people start recording through the mic, it'll sound weak a little bit. It'll sound weak. It won't sound as strong. But when I turn it on, the vocals will sound very strong. So they give the artist more energy to record and hype them up when they're doing a session. So now let's keep going. On the master, I have a limiter, I have a spectrum, and I have an oscillator. Oscillators show me the whole wave of the music. This, you know what the spectrum is. You know, the reason why I have this limiter on the output is because when I'm recording, one, you don't want none of your tracks to peak, right? So you turn things down. The thing is, when I go to my beat, when I go to this beat right here, I turn this beat volume down low because the beat will overpower the vocals, like I was telling you in other tutorials. So if I need some extra boost, you know, to feel the vibe and the energy in the music, then I go right here to the peak limiter and I raise the input up a little bit, you know, to kind of give me that extra vibe, that extra boost, you know, just for listening purposes. That's what that's for. You know, I can turn it down, whatever. And then when I start mixing and mastering, what I do, I turn that off. I turn that off, and then I start leveling everything, mixing everything, bringing the levels down and everything, you know, and then that's when I start adding everything in the master session. What else? Let me keep going. What else do I got? I think that's about it, how I got inside this. So again, I have my chain. Oh yeah, I also have my real-time ruler turned on where it showed the bars and it showed the time and the minutes of that song. So this is dope how you can have both of these options at the same time. That's dope. You can have both of these options at the same time. I think that's about it, fellas. So what I do, I get all the information. And this is my basic template. I don't have a lot on mine because at the same time, I keep it basic because I have a different approach with every song and every artist. It's not always the same way when I'm making beats and stuff like that. So, but yeah, if you got any questions about how I set everything up, or if you got any questions about how I use Bitwig or anything, feel free to hit me up. Leave a message, you know, and I guide you through that way. This is YYBY. Peace.